Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation on W.D.Gann's work in astrology. Now, W.D.Gann created a fabulous set of astrological tools which admittedly do defy logic, but they are extremely powerful in any and every market. What we need to do is to take a little bit of time to understand, to research and absorb what he was saying, and then of course we need to research and test it on the market we wish to trade. We need to prove that the majority of opportunities that this technique creates will pay off. And as we go through and have a look, you'll find that that certainly is the case. I use this on stocks, I use it on foreign exchange, I use it in commodities, and also in particular on the Bitcoin chart. What you're about to see is nothing short of miraculous. When we look at this Bitcoin US dollar daily chart, the first thing that you can see, there are a couple of lines here. I've done the grey line and I've done the gold line. Now this represents two of the planets rotating around the sun. Each market has a preference for a particular planet. Some of them are very fast, obviously. Mercury goes around the sun in 88 days, whereas Saturn goes around the sun in 30 years. So different speeds work better on certain markets, and here we can see two of the planetary lines that Gann created. One of the really good opportunities that this gives us is it allows us to draw the lines ahead of time, and that just simply means that we know where the support and resistance levels are going to come in, because we know where the planets are going to be in 1 year or 10 year or 50 years down the track. We can plot and follow the planetary movement quite easily. But what you can see through here is the daily chart of Bitcoin. I'm looking for areas like this, where Bitcoin rises up, gets very, very close. Either the high or the low of the day is a reaction to the planetary angle. When the market does that and then reacts to it, by the next day you'll know that there is a potential reversal on. When we see that, we know that it's likely to continue in that direction, and that opens up an opportunity for us to trade. You can see the bottom through here. I'm looking for the highs and the lows of the day to be very close on the angle. And again, once the market shows any reversal, that was clearly in a downtrend for a week to 2 weeks. And then it turned around and ran up. And again, it got to the same planetary angle, the grey line, and the market had a distinct reversal, a very heavy reversal from that point. Now, what we're going to do here is just look, and we will track this market, and you can see that what we're looking at is a market reacting to the angle. Now, if that reaction starts to move up, we can buy into Bitcoin, and we can have a stop loss underneath the low. So at this point in time, we're watching carefully what it does. You can see it's at the angle. Previous resistance now could be support. We watch to see what it does. Now it's testing that line. And you can see through here that it rockets ahead. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Once the market reacts to the angle, breaks previous highs, we buy into the market, stop loss underneath the low. And on Bitcoin trading at around 20,000, my stop loss would be about $250. You can see through here that the market ran up from 22 to over 24. And that was just coming from this planetary angle. Let's just see what it does. It gets to the next occasion of the planetary angle, same top as the previous planetary angle, and now looks like it's getting ready to reverse. So at this point, we could cut that trade, take the profit, and look to see what the market does next. Now, if we just follow this through, heavy resistance through here on the same planetary angle, and then we just follow it, and you can see this market is now looking like it's getting support around this planetary line. If it starts to move up, we can buy into it, stop loss underneath the low, and finally you'll see that it broke through the low. Now that tells me that Bitcoin is very likely to continue to decline, and it sets up a fabulous short. And you can see through here that the market gets and it keeps falling. Now again through here, this is what I'm watching and waiting for. A reaction to a planetary line. It's already proven itself back through here in October. If this market now starts to run up, I'm a buyer with a stop loss just underneath that low, and then I watch to see what the market does. Now it's showing us that Bitcoin is much more likely to rise, getting set in the market with a very small stop loss, and as you can see, it rockets ahead. Now, if we had a stop loss $250 underneath this low, we're risking at this point about $1,000. The market went from 20,500 to 24,500, and it's all due to the Gann planetary angles, and this technique was created almost 100 years ago. It's still relevant in this very modern market, and we can just continue to watch what it does around these planetary angles. When we start to see a very strong run and it's showing resistance or starting to slow down very close to this angle, we'll watch to see what it does. Now it touches the angle and it looks like that run is over. If we got long in through here at around 20 and a half, at around 29, we're taking profit, or at 27 when the market shows that it's likely to decline. And we can just watch to see what the market does, getting really strong resistance at this point, and it now looks like it's going to break through this angle. What we'll need to do is to look to see if it breaks this high above the angle, it's very likely to continue to rise, and if we follow it, it's done exactly that. It just continues to rally until it gets to the next planetary angle. This technique is fabulous, and you can go through and test it just like this with a fabulous software package, Optima, and we'll just continue that on, and we'll just watch to see what the market does. And you can see now it got resistance around through here, breaking through the lows, just telling us that this market is now much more likely to decline. Now it's getting to the same planetary angle where it got support previously, and you can see through here that it just reacts perfectly. So these planetary angles are superb. And if we have a look at the continuation of what this market did, you'll just see reactions, 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 more reactions through here, and then finally the market just goes ballistic. What we're looking for is the high or the low to be very close to one of the planetary angles, and then the price action confirms what the market's likely to do. This is all covered in my Gann Astrology series video, and you can see more details on the link below. I hope that makes sense for you, but of course, any questions or queries, you're welcome to send them through. Bye for now.